Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into our tutorial series, making our very first game. This is going to be episode 10, where we do the credit scene, so let's jump in. Basically what we'll be doing is making a new room, ordering it after our very last level. And the way we've made it, you can put as many levels in there as you want. But then the credits will say the end or you win, and then it'll roll some credits. So let's go to our last room here. We're at level 2. And you know what bothers me is it says room game. I'm going to change that to room level 2 or level 1. Sorry. So we'll change that to room level 1 just for consistency's sake. Sometimes when you change an asset, it will, maybe you've referred to it in your code before. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. So maybe you've referred to that code before, so I'll show you a trick to make sure you change that as well. So if you hit Control-Shift-F, it'll open up your search tool, which will search all of your code throughout your whole project. So I'm going to type in RM game and see if it finds. So at the bottom here in my search results, it says it found nothing, which means we're not going to get an error when our code is looking for a room game. So I'm going to clear this. Let's go back to our asset browser, blow it up a little bit, and create a new room. So in our asset browser, before we make a new room, let's take this sound button blip that we've got here. Let's drag that up to our sound folder, just so it looks nice. It should be, if we dragged it into the game like I did, it should be right at the very bottom of your asset browser underneath extensions, or whatever the last folder you have is. So let's create a new room. It's going to be very similar to the title room, so I'm just going to duplicate title room. So it has all the same the same dimensions and all that. I'm just going to call this one RM credits. Now go up to your room order here at the quick access, and just make sure that room credits is the very last. Init, title, level 1, level 2, credits. So in room credits, let's open it up. You can see it's got some instances in here already. Get rid of those. I just highlight them, holding the shift button, and then I hit Control X to cut them. So what we'll need to do, I'm going to change mine to black. I think black would look good for the background. Black. And we need to make an object that's going to hold our credits. So go ahead and create another control object. You can actually just take control title, right click it, duplicate it, because it's going to be very similar. I'm going to drag it up to the top because I like that where it's at. Change that to oconch credits. And then once you've got your credit control object, drag it into the room on the instance layer. Now open that ocontrol credits up, and inside the draw GUI, you can see we've already got code from the other object that we duplicated it from. So that's going to be useful because we can just use that here and just change the text in it to victory exclamation mark. Now after that, we'll have to make a create event. So go to your add event, create, and you can just describe it as init. We need to make the Y change so that the credits will keep going up. So just type in text Y equals 200. So that should be good. And we're going to take that text Y variable and put it into here. Text Y. We're going to change the draw text transform so it says 200 is our X value, our Y value is text Y. So what we'll do now is add some credits. So we can say draw text transformed, copy that line and paste it. We can place what would be a good credit? Created by colon. I'll just put my real name because I'm not very creative right now, Patrick. Then what we'll want to do is change our X value, our Y value to text Y. Let's just put it out of the screen. So plus 720, because we know our GUI layer is 720 high. So text Y plus 720 is obviously out of the screen. This 5 here is our X scale and Y scale. Let's just change that to 2. And we can take this line and enter, created by Patrick, sounds by bfxr.net. Is that what that website was? Net.org. I think it's net. So we can change this. Now it's drawing on the exact same line here. So text Y plus 720. Text Y plus 720. So we don't want it to be on the same line. So let's just call it 820. And we can increase that number by 100 every time we do a credit. And there is definitely more, there's more effective ways to do credits, but this is just very simple. Give you the idea of what your code's actually doing, and it works, and it's really easy. But there's ways where you could put everything into a variable in an array, and make them all increase and decrease. And I just think this is super simple though. So sounds by BFXer, inspired by true events. So that's at 920. What else can we do? So 920 plus 100 is 1020. And in memory of that fish I had. There we go. So now we've got a credit scene. So what we could do right off the bat, we could say victory, and we can make it start rolling right away. But let's get a little bit more creative. Let's change the color of the text for our credits to white. So draw, set, color, C, white. So now all of our text after the title here, victory, is going to be white. And I'll show you a cool way you can make randomized text color. So let's just write something here, var call equals. So what var does is it makes a variable that's only going to be used within this spat of code. So I can't go into another object and try to reference this var call because it won't recognize it. It's only inside of the draw GUI layer, really. So var call equals choose, brackets. Choose is going to randomly pick one of the 16 things you put in here, or however many you have, up to 16. So I'm going to put red. Oops, I guess I should write that in code. Red, C, blue, C, green, C, yellow, C, white, C, purple. They're all separated by a comma, but what this is going to do is this variable is equal to a random color within here. So now that I have that, I can make this victory line a random color by going like this. Draw, set, color, call, because that's the variable we're referencing. So now our victory should just flash hysterically in colors, and then the text following should just be white. And what else can we do? So we've got to make the text go up, right? So let's go back to our create event, and say roll credit equals 0. Or we can even do it in Boolean. We'll just say equals false. So roll credits is false. And once roll credits is true, it will start to go. But we can attach that to an alarm. So maybe we want to wait 3 seconds. Let's set our alarm our alarm 0 to 3 seconds. Alarm square bracket 0 equals room speed, because room speed is the number of frames per second. Room speed times 3, so essentially 3 seconds. So now we've got our alarm set, so I'm just going to comment all this. I don't always do that for you guys, and it's kind of a bad habit, but you should always just comment what you're doing. So set alarm for credits to roll up, roll credits, flag for credit roll, text Y will be the starting Y of credit text. So it's telling us we haven't used this yet. It's only been referenced once. Let's go create an alarm 0 event. So go over to your events here, add event, alarm 0, and let's just change the description, roll credit alarm. So we can write roll credits equals 1 semicolon, and that's all we need. Once that alarm triggers, once this room is created, our credit room, it will say create. It'll start the alarm for 3 seconds, and 3 seconds later, or 180 frames later, because 60 frames per second times the 3 seconds, it's going to roll the credits. It's going to change that to 1. The alarm won't reset, so we don't have to worry about it stopping at any point. So let's just see if, I wonder if I can set this up. I've got it set in there. We got title, level 1, level 2. I'm just going to see if we can beat our game. I can't remember what I made level 2 look like. Oh, it was really difficult, I think. That's it. We'll do it. First try. So let's see if this credits rolls properly in here. So we're going to hit play, start our game. Let's go grab our key, open our door, success, press enter, perfect. And you can see the text changed black. We can fix that too. Up, up. Of course. That's one thing we haven't done, is make the room reset when we die. So I'm just going to do something even easier. Let's go to our room order, because I really just want to see the credits. Right after room title, I'm putting room credits. So when we hit that start button, it should just go right to the credits, just to see if it works. And then after that, I'll fix that thing where you die. It should reset the room that you're in. Again, a small oversight there. So when we hit play, it should hopefully go to credits. Victory flashes for 3 seconds, hopefully. And then it should start moving up. We didn't even code that. So let's go back. Let's go back to our workplace, and I'm notorious for this. So in our object that says O control credits, we've told the alarm to roll credits. We didn't tell the object what to do with that. So go back to draw GUI. Right at the end, if roll credits. So when I say if roll credits and I don't put an equals 1 or an equals number, if roll credits, if that variable is anything bigger than 0, it's going to read that as true. So if roll credits Y, no, not Y, text Y, minus equals 10. And then after that, we can put if text y is less than, let's just say 2000, then game restart. So that little bit there says that if the text y has gone lower than 2000, or should we do negative 2000? Starts at 200 and we're subtracting. Yeah, let's go negative 2000. Then the game's going to restart. You'll go right back to room 1. So let's comment that. Roll credits after alarm. This is saying restart game after credits is done. So let's hit the play button, and after we hit the start button, it should roll the credits properly this time. Here we go. So hit play, victory for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and then it rolls the credits really quickly, and then it restarts. So what we could do to make it a little bit slower, text y minus equals, that's our speed that we're moving it. We're subtracting 10 from the y every time. Let's just do 3. Oops. Got my num lock on. Let's change, hit the backspace, not the num lock. Change that to 3. So now it'll roll a little bit slower, and then again, it should work. And I'm not going to forget to change it, so when the player dies, your room restarts. Once the project loads again, we'll just make sure this looks good, and then, yeah, that's basically a game, right? You just got to make sure we actually put the credits after level 2. So play, victory, and it should move slightly slower. There we go. Beautiful. It keeps rolling and game restarts. Perfect. So let's quit. So there you have it. You've created a game. Let's go back to our room order up at the quick access menu here. Slide that back at the bottom. That's the last room in the game. Let's make level 2. You don't have to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it a little bit easier because that was a little bit silly. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to make it pretty. I'm going to move some blocks around and just make this look really cool. Let's move that there, that there, that there. I'm going to take this wall and stretch it. Maybe I'll put a couple here. That's fine. That looks okay. Grab this wall here, make it look like a little corridor. No, maybe that's impossible, running against the fireball. So there's level 2. So now level 2 looks good. Let's go down to our room order is proper. And it should now run. So when the player dies, go to O player. Step, we'll use a new event here for your player. So we're going to make sure that when he dies, the room restarts. Right click in the events, add event, destroy. So when this object is destroyed, we're telling the game what to do. This little clip of code here will only run the instant your player is destroyed, and then that's it, the one time. So restart room, and all we have to say is room restart. There we go. So now when we walk in and die, let's just try to beat the game and make sure it all works. But if we do die, the player being destroyed will trigger the room that we're in to restart. We don't have any coins or anything throughout the room, but we definitely could put some in. Let's go to play. Level 1 is very challenging here. Open up the room. Success. Level 2. Whoa. There we go. Ah, darn it. So look at that. One thing you'll notice after I died, you've still got the key because I didn't reset how many keys we had when we died. So I'm going to grab it. Now we've got 2 keys, so we're doing good. If we had a level 3, that would have caused some problems. Let's get up here. Now this should roll to credits. Success. Press enter to proceed. Victory. So credits are going to run, and we know that works properly. So that is a game. When we die here, let's reset the globals just so that we don't have keys after we've died. So global.key equals 0. Perfect. And then if we had collected coins, there's probably a workaround for that too. But for now, this is our game. So after this, I'm gonna, now that I've created all 10 of these, I'm gonna post them all so you don't have to wait week by week to be able to work through an entire game. And then I'll create a few different, making it a little bit prettier. We can do that too for another couple episodes. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you made it through and made the whole game, leave a like. Subscribe if you'd like, because I'd like to produce some more tutorials. If you did have a problem or a question, I know I kind of just did this ad lib and I do kind of jump back between objects and stuff. If you got a question, just leave a comment and I'm happy to answer. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.